Hello grade 11, we're back again. We're now going to do a couple more of these buttons. This one is, let's read from the text file Gr11 into an array called ARR_lines. So I'm going to declare an array called ARR_lines and make it local. var ARR_lines, although it is global. We'll just do it over here. And then we're going to read from the text file Gr11. Remember, we must always test if a text file exists, okay? So we can do that. Now, if we're going to read from Gr11, we have to do a reset. Oh no, we have to do a sign file first. A sign file. If I can forget, you can forget. So remember, sign file statement, and then we need to have a text file variable. See, we're doing revision as we go. We also need S1 line when we read. Although we don't really have to, but we will use it. It's always a good idea to do the same thing that you're used to doing. So we need a string and a text file variable, and we sound file, my file, and the text file we're associating with my file is gov.txt. We don't ever refer to gov.txt after this. Then we reset my file, and then while, not end of file, my file, do begin and end, read ln from my file into S1 line, and then I'll go put S1 line into ARR lines, but we need a counter, don't we? Our count ARR might be very, very important to have a counter. And we've got to set our counter, our count ARR equal to 0, counter for our array that's going to travel along with this array called ARR_lines. They've got to be joined together. Basically, we're going to use them together because our count ARR is going to hold the number of lines that this text file, number of boxes that this array has, sorry, but it also associated with the number of lines of the text file. We increment our count ARR, and then we go and put it in ARR lines, square brackets, our count ARR equals S1 line. There it is, reading from a text file into an array. This is something you're going to use over and over again. So what do we need? We need our array, and we need a counter for the array. Text file and a string. We do our connection to the text file, we use a while loop, but our counter for our array must be set to 0. And each time we read a line into a string, we increment our counter, and that our count ARR is going to be the box number of ARR lines. Be sure to study this and memorize it and know that you must use it over and over again all the way to grade 12 and beyond. Right, so now we know our array has got a string in each box. S1 line. What does the text file look like? This. Look at that. So that first one is going to be box number 1. This line is going to be box number 2. This line is going to be box number 3, and so on. And there's 58 lines here, but we don't know that. You know, we don't go and count the lines. Our count ARR is doing that for us. Right, now, in the instruction it says display in the rich edit. Okay. So we use a for loop. Why are we going to use a for loop to display in the rich edit? Because we're going to display every single box. If we're going to do every single box of our array, we need a for loop. So let's go and get our for loop counter, which I just did. For k equals 1 to our count ARR, do, what are we going to do with it? Display in the rich edit. Already arrays dot lines dot add ARR lines square brackets our count ARR. So you learned something new today. Read from a text file into an array, and then display the array in the rich edit. I'll run the program. We won't do any more than you must do the activity because it's a test for test marks. Those activities I'm giving you every day, so make sure you do them, otherwise you'll lose marks. So there's the button. There it is. Oops. Haha, that doesn't look good, does it? Not at all, at all. You know what? This is a common mistake. I'm displaying I count ARR. I'm displaying the last line. That's the for loop. This is a very easy mistake to make. We're going from 1 to R count array to R count ARR, and we're going to display each box one at a time. Box number K is going to go from 1 to whatever R count ARR is. If it's 58, or if it's 200, or it's 120, whatever R count ARR is going to go from 1 to R count ARR, and K holds the box number. So I forgot to put that in there. And I'm glad I made that mistake, because actually you learn from mistakes. You learn from my mistakes, I'm sure. So click the button and there it is. It's quite a mess, but we're going to use this in other buttons over here in subsequent days. So make sure you know how to do this at least. Okay, don't forget to do your activity for the test marks.